What up, Dokkanners? It is finally time for me to throw my hat in the ring as far as the top 10 LRs. I will be doing my LR tier list in this video. Now, when it comes to deeming the value of a certain LR based on various criteria, it is open to interpretation. Some people may feel raw stats and raw stats alone makes an LR superior to another. Others feel team compatibility, leader skills, all sorts of other things may factor in more. Maybe there's added weight to certain things, maybe not. So what I'm trying to say is people are open to disagree, because what I feel may be more important may not be something that someone else agrees with. So if you guys have your own thoughts and opinions on what I have to say here, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments down below. I feel like there's pretty much a set like top 10 LRs set in the game right now. It's just a matter of fitting the pieces, lining them up. So that's what we're going to be doing here, and we're going to start with what might end up being a bit of a hot take just by entertaining this conversation. So let's jump in. Number one, I cannot outright just say it's Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. In my opinion, it's really a toss-up between these two, Goku Blue or Gogeta. At any given point, it could be either one of these. So even though one would fall below the other, either one fits at number one. And the reason, well, there's multiple reasons. Number one, when you factor what both of these characters can do, both of these characters have the potential to hit very hard. The Gogeta hits harder faster. That much is certain. If you guys have seen what has been done with this Gogeta, you know how ridiculously powerful this guy is. And honestly, that might ultimately be the edge that makes this unit a little bit better than the Goku Blue. Both provide a team defensive dynamic, be it that the Vegeta's or the Gogeta's defense boost is temporary. So that I guess that is a point against the Gogeta. Whereas the Goku's defense comes from the super attack, the 60% defense boost from the 18 key super attack. Now, what makes this a much more consistent and better setup is going to be the fact that this unit has 80% chance to dodge and 60% damage reduction. And then if the situation calls for it, he could even get guard. This unit has the ease of use that the Gogeta does not have. The Gogeta, when I say ease of use, I'm not trying to say that this guy's hard to use in like he's not good, but more so you can throw this guy into almost any situation and he will not get you in trouble. This guy could get you in trouble in certain situations. Maybe there's a certain amount of damage you have to dish out before the end of a turn. This guy gets hit with a super attack in slot 1 and he gets stunned because maybe you have your unit built for more additionals and less dodge. Whereas this guy has an 80% chance to dodge, a backup 60% damage reduction. Then in what I said, you could also potentially get guard. So that ease of use allows this guy to circumvent potential stalling issues where you can still provide the defense to everybody else, all the while stacking your attack, making your end game, attack move a little bit more effective. I like that. Also, the leader skill is much better on this guy than it is for the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Granted, the GT Heroes category might be the top tier category in the game right now, but as far as ease of use, this allows you more options. This allows you more characters to fit onto the team, including the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So ultimately, I feel like it just boils down to what's more important to you. I think, though, at the end of the day, the amount of sheer brute force this guy can create with his attacks, with his active skill that can be activated on the following turn, and all of those things, I think I'm going to give the edge to this guy, but not without a fight. So I'm going to say that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is number one, but this dude is like right up there. It's like 1A, 1B. It's really, really, really close. And I think some people will probably disagree with that, because when you consider like Gogeta's 100 million attack stat versus this guy's like 40 million, it's a big difference, but there are just things that this guy can do that the Gogeta can't. And I've given my Gogeta maximum dodge. He's still getting smashed in slot 1. And by smashed, I mean like he's getting stunned, he's getting sealed. I lose 90% of my attack force for the turn because this guy's unable to do anything. That's annoying. So there's my number one. You know what, like during this tier list, I'm gonna switch it back and forth, but there's your number one, there's your number two. Number three is going to go to Rose. Rose basically does a similar thing with the Goku Blue, but for the extreme class. I think the impact that these two characters, the Rose and the Omega Shenron, have on the future of the bad guys in the game is huge. These two characters are able to do so much for extreme class that catapults them into the top three. Well, the Rose anyway. Where's Future Saga? Where the heck is, there it is. Because I wanted to pull up the Rose. There we go. This guy has the slot 1 functionality. He doesn't have the dodge, but he has the reliability of being in slot 1 with all conditions met, right? When you're running full extreme class, you've got guard, you've got 60% damage reduction, and you have the ability to boost everybody's attack by 60%. He can hit incredibly hard. He can also heal. He can also tank it with just guard with the stats high enough. You have an insane potential to do a ton of damage with his Zamasu active skill. He's basically the leader for the extreme class. That alone makes him one of the most important and one of the best LRs in the game. This guy also works very well in tandem with the Omega Shenron. So, and also works well with the Goku Blue. So I don't think there's much justification needed for this guy to be in the top 3. I think some people also feel like this guy could go above the Goku, but in my opinion, defense is more important than offense. And while this guy provides the offense, and this guy does provide the offense, the defense is much easier to achieve with this guy than it is this one. So Rose goes into number 3. Now, you may think that I'm going to put the Omega Shenron at number 4, but unfortunately, he does suffer a bit. While he does have significant impact on the extreme class, like I was mentioning, he does suffer in the defense department. He does have some nice damage reduction, and he provides some attack and defense boosting abilities for multiple turns, all the while also giving 10% damage reduction. Multiply that by 2 if you're running both. But this guy does have some defensive issues, and I think for a unit that is essentially leading his category, so if you're running like a full GT Bosses team or a Shadow Dragon Saga team, some of those more niche extreme class category teams, this guy needs to be your all-out defender, and he can't do that. Whereas the Rose could do that on the teams that he leads. So I think that that's going to push this guy down a little bit. So we'll come back to that in just a second. As we've moved away from the 10th anniversary, it's been unfortunately clear to me that the Festival of Battles event is more of like a secret boss type deal in Dokkan. It's not something that they're going to be focusing on moving forward, because we started that, and then we've sort of come back to the short form content, the challenging short form content with differing conditions and whatnot. So because of that, I think that actually the 10th anniversary LRs have softened a little bit. They've sort of lowered down in value, but the 7th anniversary LRs have gone up in value. I think both of these characters, with their immediate impact on the turn 1 with their 77% damage reduction, allows you to more easily establish your rotations. It allows you to more easily get through the first couple of turns when the situation can get pretty sticky. If you don't know how an event goes, going into it, you would rather have a guarding 77% damage reduction unit in the slot 1 than a unit that needs a couple of turns to stack. That's not to say that the 10th anniversary LRs are not good. It's just that they are more catered towards the turn 4, the turn 5s type situation, not the turn 1 right away. So I do think that both of the 7th anniversary LRs still remain among the top 5 because of their overwhelming brute strength, their defense. Obviously, after the first turn, they do suffer. I would say maybe, if anything, I'm not sure about this one, but I was thinking that Omega Shenron would go after these guys, but maybe I could throw him up here just because of what he does for extreme class. But this is pretty much what I'm thinking. The 7th anniversary LRs with their stacking power that fits long form, with their insane defense turn 1, that's short form. Then when they transform, you've got scouting, you've got damage reduction, you've got countering, you've got dodging, you've got even more dodging, and you've got insane brute force. So these guys just kind of fit every occasion. So that's why, and plus Fused Fighters is one of the best categories in the game. So these guys will work very well with this unit and also this guy, depending on, which one we're talking about here. So I would put them at number 3, number 4. I'm kind of thinking we could maybe throw him in there, but I don't know. Maybe my mind will change after we get like one more solid GT boss LR or something. I don't know. I think this is probably a safer answer. So I'm going to go with this. The 7th anniversaries, the Super Saiyan 4 is better than the gods. I think most can agree. Damage reduction is better than dodge because dodge can be nullified. Damage reduction cannot be nullified. There are certain abilities that can decrease it, but I don't think the enemy has any of those abilities just yet. We have a domain where you can do more damage that is effectively lowers the damage reduction, but there's nothing that disables that. There is a dodge disabling. So I'm going to put him at number 5, and then I'm going to put Omega Shenron at number 6. Yeah, that's okay, right? Yeah. Now, we can't keep dropping the 10th anniversary LRs because at some point that's just going to be wrong. I'm going to put the 10th anniversary LRs here. The reason why the Goku can still handle his own more so than the Vegeta. I think it's pretty obvious. It's the damage reduction. This guy, I mean, they both obviously have guard, because when this guy switches to defense mode, Vegeta has the guard. This guy just can fit on the short form content a little bit better than this guy. This guy, what makes this guy so much better, what used to make him so much better, was the combination of the two. There really isn't an event where you really need that Gogeta Vegito combination anymore besides Festival of Battles. And with this guy only having the guard, he can potentially get you in trouble. And I have had some issues with him on some of these newer events. He does have the stalling move, which is great. That's, you know, there's nothing to put that down. That's a great ability. But I just think that out of the two, this guy can still work in this newer short form content meta. This guy struggles, but he will work too. He still does a good amount. He supports. He's got a great leader set. He can stack attack and defense. He can provide good defensive presence in the slot 1 when you need it. But the first couple of turns can be a bit tricky depending on the events that you're doing. Also, I guess this is one thing I didn't really consider. I am also talking about all of these characters after the new events have released during the Global Dokkan celebration. So it's not just about, you know, whatever's happened during the 10th anniversary. It's the newer events. The older events, the further back you go, the less these like specific things matter. And you could argue that this guy would be the best, because if you're all of a sudden talking about like 8th anniversary content and earlier, this guy leading your extreme class suddenly makes it one of the most practical units for you to use. Then that could catapult this guy up in terms of appeal. But I am factoring in the newer content a little bit more so. So that's why that these guys are, that's why they're dropping down in value in the list. I don't think that's unreasonable, but I just want to make sure that that's clear. The only thing though, I might kind of push this guy down a bit more, because I do think that this guy's value has seen a quantum surge with the recent Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta release. With this new order of giving defense everywhere, multi-turn support, extra damage reduction, extra coverage here and there, the combination of Gogeta's 70% defense plus the Super Saiyan 3's 50% defense, or if you transform him, 70% defense plus an additional 10% damage reduction, and providing 6 links for this guy, makes this a really, really good 1-2 punch with the Gogeta. I would even argue he could go as high as up here, and maybe we could move these two down. But I do think that the overall impact that the Omega Shenron has on the extreme class is far more important than what this guy does. This guy is only good if he is in the presence of this guy. I mean, he's still good, but I mean, like, he's only that much more effective when he's in the presence of the Gogeta. So I'm actually gonna leave it like this. Don't hate me, and I'm sorry. I keep pushing Vegeta further down. I'm sorry. Okay, now let me be very, very clear here. All right, what I'm about to do, I'm doing for a very specific reason. Okay, and that specific reason is the following. I am trying to bait every person who watches this video, who skips until the end, to see this without watching. They're gonna pause the video. They're either gonna dislike and leave, or they're going to jump to the comments and start judging me and start yelling at me. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to bait these suckers into doing that, because I want to see who actually watches the video. So for this next explanation, the entire thing is going to be for Beast Gohan, but I'm putting UI Goku there. I would love to put UI Goku there, but honestly, man, everyone knows the jig is up. I can't. He just doesn't fit anymore. His team is not relevant, sadly. His mechanic is still one of the rarest things in the game, but I can't even jokingly put him there. He just doesn't fit. I think Beast Gohan still works. I think Beast Gohan still works, especially considering the short order content is back, or the short form content is back. This guy has up to 80% damage reduction, guard. The whole taunt mechanic is still useful. Maybe I'm coping a little bit here, but I just think Beast Gohan still deserves recognition in the top 10. Again, Beast Gohan, for the record, goes in that slot. I'm putting the UI Goku to bait the people who don't watch my video. That's it, okay? So please help me out in the comments. If someone is saying you put that guy as your top 10, roast him. All right, roast him. So to sum up, number 1, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta / Goku Blue. Ugh. Number 2 would just be the other one. Number 3 would be Rose. Number 4 would be Super Saiyan 4s. Number 5 would be Super Saiyan God. Number 6 would be Omega Shenron. Number 7 would be the Tech Vegito. I mean, when we talk long form, this guy is the all-time supreme. Better than anybody else on the list. But we have to face facts. Long form content is just not the way they're going. It's a secret boss kind of thing occasionally. Number 8 will be the Super Saiyan 3. Something like this, man. I don't know. One of these, okay? Number 8, Super Saiyan 3. Number 9 is the Vegeta / Gogeta. And then number 10 is Beast Gohan, not Tech UI. Again, that is a trap to bait those people who are not actually watching the video and just skipping to the end. Shame on you. Get roasted. Did I do well? Be nice. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Leave in the comments your thoughts on my tier list. Do you agree with some of my points about what attributes about these characters are more valuable than others? I genuinely think that the 2 leading extreme class LRs deserve all the credit in the world. They are ushering in a new era for extreme class, and that's huge because now characters that may not necessarily do as much as you may want them to do can function a whole lot better if they fit within the confines of those 2 leads. That is a big deal. What do you guys think about my tier list? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What is your crazy hot take that would make someone freak out if they saw it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.